Markets can move in irrational ways, but with Outlier, measuring irrationality is now at your fingertips. Outlier's advanced AI combines behavioral data from numerous sources to derive how market participants are likely to act, helping you identify favorable asset entries and exits. This tutorial will introduce you to Outlier's display, features, and how to use them to enhance your equity portfolio decision process. To manage your account, simply hover over your name and select the intended action. Outlier's feedback section is your way to interact with the creators. You can message us directly with any questions, and suggestions are always welcome. We will occasionally poll our members on various development or display enhancements. An alert icon will appear beside the feedback tab when we would love to hear your opinion on something. As always, participation is optional. We also give you the ability to refer friends who you think could also benefit from Outlier. There are over 1,000 of the largest, most liquid U.S. listed names currently available on Outlier, with plans to expand coverage soon. The current list can be found under the Resource tab, where you will also have access to instructional documentation and videos like this one. The symbol input field allows you to quickly search for any asset covered by Outlier and has autofill functionality. Before we get started with the indicator chart, it's important to note that Outlier is optimized for long-only exposure. Although some analysis may favor a short position, it is also likely to represent a reduced or flat growth rate. The Outlier indicator chart can be viewed over multiple time frames. You can also use the slider to create a custom time frame, which can be moved across the historical data. Even though the bars you see are different colors, the height of them correspond to an asset's daily closing price. Two unique measurements are presented on the symbols you have selected: a trajectory prediction oscillator and a heat map overlay on daily bar closing prices. The oscillator is represented by a black line on top of the bar graph of closing prices. Comparing previous oscillator highs and lows can be valuable for perspective, but please note, the absolute value on the y-axis has nothing to do with the asset's price. Behind the scenes, a deep matrix of calculations occur to assess a wide array of data types for their relevance and impact on market participant behaviors. Although there is a complex process taking place, the end result is straightforward. Extreme low and rising oscillator values are generally favorable for holding long positions, as both market participant sentiment and likely behaviors improve for the given asset. The opposite is true with high and falling oscillator values. In this example, the asset is trading around 77 in January when the oscillator slope starts to flatten. At the end of January, the slope turns negative, which coincides with the sell-off into the mid-60s. The oscillator slope then starts to turning positive at the end of February, which continues through April, at which point the asset has climbed back into the mid-70s. The heat maps are observations which identify opportunities as they materialize on an asset. Predicted trajectories from the oscillator may take time to develop into favorable entry and exit prices. The heat maps compare predicted market actions with realized price movement. It will shift from red to white to blue as both the oscillator and price action appreciates, and again from blue to white to red once price action aligns with a falling oscillator. The shade of red or blue can be thought of as the level of conviction Outlier has for the current state. The Outlier Market Snapshot gives you the ability to do detailed analysis on index and sector ETFs. Select the index or sector you're interested in, and both the Market Snapshot and indicator chart will update. As you move your cursor across the red and blue bars, the symbol that corresponds with that bar will be displayed. Similar to the indicator chart, you can zoom into an area that interests you. The color and length of a bar can be thought of as the cumulative oscillator and heat map values for a specific symbol. A red bar corresponds to a low oscillator value and red heat map, while a blue bar corresponds to a high oscillator value and blue heat map. Market Snapshot is an excellent way to gain perspective on how the individual constituents of an index or sector are behaving and trending over time relative to each other. The indicator chart for index and sector ETFs can be viewed and analyzed in the same way you would for an individual symbol. Outlier provides a discount and premium list ranking all assets within the Outlier database based on their combined oscillator heat map value. Click on the discount or premium list to scroll through and select specific symbols. As a final note, we'd like to stress that Outlier is designed to be used in conjunction with your technical and fundamental analysis, adding an additional analysis arrow to your quiver. We look forward to your questions and feedback and stand ready to assist in any way possible. Thank you.